This video is for people who always keep on saying that they want to do a lot of things, but they don't really have enough time to do all of them because they're extremely busy. I used to be one of those people back when I was in college, and even like 6 months ago, I used to be that kind of person. However, over the last 6 months, I've experimented with a lot of things in my life and have reached a point where I can confidently say that I most of the times am able to do most of the things that I want to do. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite tips that you can use to save some time and learn new things every day. Let's go. The number one tip and one of my favorite things that I've learned over the past 6 months is that good enough is fine most of the time. What I mean by that is basically most of the times we can get 90% of our work done in 70 to 80% of the required time, and then we spend rest 20% of the time trying to make it perfect and take it from 90% to 100%. For example, let's say if you're working on a college assignment, most of the times what would happen is that let's say it takes you 1 hour to complete 90% of the assignment or complete the entire assignment, however it is not perfect right now. Then you would spend another half an hour or an entire hour on that assignment trying to make it perfect only to gain just one extra mark. And what I want you to understand is that that one extra mark is probably not worth your 1 hour of time as a student. So most of the times good enough is just fine. And thus, you should probably not spend that extra 20% of time trying to make that 90% into 100% unless it's very important for you. So, yeah, you have to be really smart on figuring out when to actually perfect something and when to just keep it good enough. And once you master this, you will be able to save 10 to 15 minutes of your time from every task that you do on daily basis. So yeah, next time you're working on something, remember that good enough is just fine and you probably don't need to spend an extra half an hour trying to make it perfect. Second thing that can help you save your time is to accept that your estimations are really bad. What I mean when I say that my estimations are bad is basically that whenever I'm thinking, let's say this new task that I'm adding to my to-do list will take 15 minutes, most of the times it ends up taking 30 to 45 minutes of my time. And then I am in a time crunch and I have to cut down on the number of things that I want to do, and I end up saying, I really don't have time to do all the things I want to do. So if you want to fix that, always remember that your estimations are really bad. So whenever you're adding a new task to your to-do list and you're thinking maybe it'll take you 15 minutes, multiply that by 2 and then add it to your schedule. This way you will be taking care of all the bad estimations that you will make throughout the day. Worst comes to worst, you'll end up finishing that task in 15 minutes as you predicted earlier. But hey, you still have an extra 15 minutes and you can use that. Which brings me to my third point. Keep a to-do list of things that you can pick up randomly at any point of time in your day. Remember how earlier I said that your estimations are bad and you should multiply your estimated time by 2 and add that to your schedule? And let's say you end up finishing your task in 15 minutes only, and now you have an extra 15 minutes. What would you do in that time? Well, in that time, you would pick up something from this to-do list. So what I like to do is I like to keep a to-do list of things that I can pick up randomly at any point of time in my day. So let's say my meeting ended 15 minutes early. Then I would go and work on my portfolio website. I might be reading some book. I might start writing script for this video, or I might be writing a blog. These are some of the things that I can pick up randomly, and I don't have to spend too much energy and time when I'm trying to switch between the tasks, because these are very easy tasks for me. So make such a to-do list for yourself so that next time whenever you have 15-20 minutes of free slots in your schedule, you can immediately pick up things and start working on them, and this is going to help you do more things in general in the same 24 hours. Okay, so I do understand that the tips that I'm sharing can help you save some time. However, if you're a big time procrastinator like I used to be, you might just not pick up things from your to-do list. Even if you have 15 minutes between your meetings or between your classes, you might be like, I'll just take a rest, or maybe I'll scroll through Instagram or whatever. You'll procrastinate. And if you want to fix that, this next tip is going to be really helpful for you. Okay, so this last and my final tip is to make smaller and achievable goals. This is very crucial for you if you want to beat procrastination. Say you have 15 minutes of time between your two meetings or classes or whatever, and you have made a to-do list of things that you can pick up randomly, and you're still not picking them up because you are a big time procrastinator. then in that case, I would ask you to commit to the smallest amount of something that you can do without procrastinating. I'll give you an example. Say one of the things on my to-do list is to practice piano, and I get 15 minutes randomly free in my day, and now I have to practice piano, but I'm procrastinating. I'm like, maybe I can scroll through Instagram or whatever. I don't want to practice piano right now. What I'll do is I'll commit to doing that thing, doing that task for the smallest amount that I can do without procrastination. So for me, let's say 1 minute of practicing piano is the lower limit, which I can do without procrastination. If you ask me at any point of time and say, oh, you have to practice piano for 1 minute, I will not procrastinate because I know it's just 1 minute. I can still spend rest 14 minutes of my free slot watching reels. So I'd go and practice piano for 1 minute. And when I do that, chances are that I'll not get off after 1 minute. I'll maybe continue practicing for next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe even 15 minutes, who knows. Well, this idea comes from the book Atomic Habit by James Clear. You should definitely consider reading that book. It's a really cool book. But yeah, those are pretty much all the things that I wanted to talk about in this video. I will be writing a blog on this. I'll put the link of the blog in the description of this video. If you like the video, found it useful, then please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment, liking the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.